Jidenna is a son to a very wealthy man. Jidenna is a final year student in the high school. Jidenna tries in any way he can to make everybody around him happy. In his school, his classmates found a copy of this list containing wishes that the person intended to do, but the lists were so weird. Jidenna pretended as if the list wasn't his, but it was Jidenna's list. He called it bucket list. Once the school closes for the day, Jidenna helps many people on the street, especially disabled people. Jidenna and Amina framed to be boyfriend and girlfriend, but they were just pretending in order to pepper Amina's boyfriend, ex-boyfriend rather, called Promise. And there's this guy in Jidenna's class, Samson, who sells gadgets, phones, laptop, copies notes for his classmates in order to support his education. And there's this one girl, Kamsi, whom his classmates claims to be a loner and a slobber, just because she decided to stay on her own and mind her business. And finally, the final year students were about going on excursion, but while everybody was seated in the bus, Kamsi was missing. It was when they were about moving that Jidenna sighted her and shouted for them to stop the bus for them to be able to pick Kamsi. And when she entered the bus, her classmate tried making the bus uncomfortable to her, but Jidenna cheered her up. Fortunately, on their way, the school bus broke down in the middle of nowhere, and Jidenna called his father to call a mechanic to help them. And at that point, Jidenna was the messiah there. And finally, they arrived at the excursion center. They were so excited. And Kamsi must be the last person. She must be the last person. So the next day, the activities kicked off and they were shared into groups. They are to look around their environment, observe things, and jot down their points. Because at the end of everything, they'll have a quiz to answer. Jidenna tried his best to get close to Kamsi, but at this point, Kamsi wasn't having it. And Bella, who is in love with one of the coppers in her school, who accompanied them to the excursion center. Jidenna tried in his power to know why Kamsi excuses herself from others. And these two sisters, Blessing and Peace, were cat and rat, will I say fire and ice. Blessing, who claims that her parents gave so much attention to Blessing since Blessing's parents passed away, claims that Blessing always takes what belongs to her. Even though Jidenna tried making peace between them, but Blessing won't even allow it. Jidenna kept on pushing, trying to put that smile on Kamsi's face. And at a point, Kamsi started losing up. Once Jidenna sees you sad, frustrated, alone, he tried coming up to you, tried to cheer you up, to know what the problem is, if it can be what he could be able to solve. And Jidenna decided to make this video about the excursion, and in that particular video, he passed a message to his classmates. And finally, Jidenna decided to name a star. At that point, Kamsi was like, I think the list was mine, because Kamsi was claiming that the list was hers because her classmates thought so. But Jidenna pretended, saying that it's your list, right? But I want to name a star. And Jidenna named the star Treasure. And Kamsi was like, that's so thoughtful of you, which means treasure in the sky. They had so much fun, and also Jidenna also revealed to Promise that they were just framing, that he's never a boyfriend to Amina. And on the final day for them to go, Jidenna lost consciousness and was taken to the hospital. And when he regained consciousness, he opened his eyes and a lot of people in the world. And he was like, how did the doctor allow so many of you in here? And the first person he asked about was his weirdo. And that person happens to be Kamsi. And that was when he confessed that the bucket list belongs to him and not Kamsi. Everybody was shocked. And after that, they held hands together and prayed. Praying for him to get better, praying for him to get strong again. And everybody was in tears. Jidenna, Kamsi, and Amina. And finally, when everybody resumed, Jidenna's classmate was like, Miss Valerie, when are we seeing Jidenna again? This and that. And at that point, Miss Valerie handed over an envelope to Mr. George and Samson. And the envelopes contained great news. Samson was offered scholarship to any university, to any length of education that he wants to. And Mr. George was offered a job. It was a tearing moment for Jidenna's classmates. They cried so bitterly. They cried. Jidenna died, but his memory lived on. His memory lived. Thank you so much for watching. Do you really enjoy the story? If you enjoyed the story, please drop a heart in the comment section. Please subscribe if you've not subscribed, or you are new here. Please subscribe for movie recommendations, for your updates, for movie narration, many more on this channel. Please subscribe. Stay lit and stay positive, and I will see you again in my next video. Bye.